All right,
Okay,
we're live.
we're live. Good afternoon, everybody. I thought today was
Yeah.
no,
Oh,
I
yeah.
did. I didn't even know it was considered Wednesday. But I told Crazy B that I'd call her later and we would discuss planning for Thursday and Friday. And oh, she was like, "Dee, tomorrow is Friday," and I said, "Well, I'm just stressed."
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, I decided yesterday that I would bring the baby down here and that Eric had to immediately get the bassinet put together. Um, and the house, so the room that I want him in isn't done the way I want, but he's in the new living room. I can wheel him around and do what I need to. And the couch is big enough that, a couple people could lay on it if they wanted to as well. So I've actually, believe it or not, have had him sleeping on the couch versus being in the bassinet. And I am whispering because he is laying in my arms right now. He has been so freaking fussy. I think it's formula related. We've tried the best of the best, and that has not worked. So I'm kind of at my wits' end on what to do with that. I'm thinking of going old school, and I had to laugh because I called Leslie and said that, I wanted her to add the Cairo syrup to it. And she said something like, that is that's used on cars as a lubricant. And I was like, no, it's not. It's used to bake with. So,
Actually, it was originally used up in Canada. It's part of the seed oil stuff that they created.
oh, really? Well,
Yes,
back
Karo syrup is part of that. Yeah.
Well, back in my day, they actually added it to a small amount to the baby's bottle to help them digest and get the formula down. So that's an interesting plot twist, isn't it?
Mhm. Yep.
You go from cars to having babies be able to take formula easier.
Well, they
Hmm.
put it in 90% of our foods, too. It's one of the things they want removed
This is
is the
true.
seed oils and
Yeah,
the fructose corn syrups and
right.
stuff.
Corn
Yeah.
syrups, all of that. Yeah. Hmm.
Hmm.
That's an interesting dilemma that we're in. So today has been a really bad day. I thought yesterday was bad. No, today has been bad. I'm talking screaming at the top of our lungs. Uh, hmm, I I can't even describe for you. Luckily, I have the patience to handle this, but it's rough.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna lie.
Oh,
It's
no.
extreme. It's extremely difficult, and I'm thinking to myself, "Oh my God, I got 3 years of this shit."
You'll get through it, I promise.
And I think I told you that they called Eric last night and told him that I don't know why they didn't call me, but they called Eric and said that I got a 10 cents an hour increase. And when he told me, I'm like, really? So that's from nothing to 10 cents an hour. So I potentially could make 80 cents or 90 cents a day. If I
Hmm.
did if I did that and I could get $1 a day from what we're doing, to which by the way we've not brought in any money,
We'll get there eventually.
I know I'd be rich, wouldn't I? I could make $1.80 a day. What would I do with all that money?
I don't know. Buy a soda?
I don't even know if I could you buy a soda for that?
Possibly. Hey, Blue Rose. I see you in the chat now.
Hey Blue, how you doing, girl? Thank you for your support. I appreciate it, girl. Oh, it's rough, man. You know, it's,
It's just going to
I,
be one of those days.
yeah,
Actually, it's going to be one of those weeks.
because you know what I'm doing? I'm clock watching, right? I keep looking at the clock. I only have 5 more hours. I only have 3.5. I'm down to EJ should be home after 4. Please, God, get him here as early as possible, you know?
I
So,
need a break. Yeah.
yep. So, like I said, I haven't even used the pack and play. I mean, the bassinet. I've laid him on the couch. I'm like, he's out like a light. I'm not picking him up and moving him. He's
Yep.
going, yep, he's going on the couch. So, right now, he's laying, his head's on the couch, his body's on my arm, and his legs are on my legs. That's how he's laying. And he's
He's
wrapped up.
comfortable. Leave
Uh
it
huh.
be.
Exactly. I have the pacifier in my left hand, and he only likes this one, which cracks me the hell up. And I have him wrapped up in one of those swaddles. And I'll tell you what, they work good, especially for babies that have that extreme or at all, that's the startle reflex,
Yeah.
where it wakes him up. So he'll, jerk his arms up in the air. It'll wake him up and he'll start crying. The swaddle helps prevent that. So I wish they would have had that out when I had my kids. I probably
Oh,
would.
I did it the good old fashioned way with the receiving blanket.
Hmm. Yeah, I know how to do it with that, but we just didn't, back then you didn't do it. It was
Yeah.
just something you didn't do. But
And Blue Rose says you need to check your messages when you get a chance.
okay, I will. Thank you. In fact, I'm going to look on my phone right now just to make sure there's nothing urgent. We had a major problem going on, so I just want to check to make sure everything's okay. Blue, is this a message from you?
I think I'm permanently putting my daughter on omelet duty. She made the best omelet. Oh my God.
Oh, you better shut the hell up, girl. I
And
haven't.
Blue says, yes, that was a message from her.
Thank you, Blue Rose. I appreciate that. I'll call you later. Uh, so you're eating an omelet with what in it?
Sausage, cheese, and onion. Cheddar cheese at that.
Hmm. I think it's rather rude for people that have not eaten anything all day for you to be eating.
I haven't shown you a picture of it. I'm just eating an omelet.
Hmm.
I haven't eaten all day either. This is the first I've had since like 9:30 last night.
Hmm. Go figure. I didn't even eat dinner last night because I came home so exhausted from their house because I was so worn out.
You slept.
I passed out
Hmm.
till I don't remember 3 or 4. I don't. And then I got up and went right back to bed and got up at
I understand.
yeah, got up
You're
at seven
exhausted.
o'clock.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah,
Hey,
when
Four
you're
Corners. Good to see you.
high four corners, especially when you're older now, and there's a 9 year difference between raising the other one and now raising this one, so that's pretty significant. And
Oh, it
you know,
is.
and plus I'm sicker than I was last time, so that makes a
Yep.
huge difference. So I need to. Shit, I forgot to call the doctor today. Oh well. I'll have to try to do it.
Eventually.
Well, I could call tomorrow or Friday. And
Well, that's like I spent this morning getting my son reapplied at where his dad works,
right,
so him and his sister can go in for interviews and get hired.
that's
And then I had to jump onto Walmart's website to refill one of my medications, and it's like, damn it.
hopefully they'll get in.
I'm fingers crossed on that one.
Yeah, that would
Oh
be
yeah.
nice. That would be really nice
In
if they
4 years, they'd be making 48,000.
right.
My son will be 25. My daughter will be 24.
Yeah, that would be sweet.
Hmm.
That'd be really nice.
To be making that kind of money at that age, that's pretty
Hmm.
good.
Yeah, I think so. I definitely agree. What else? What else do we got to chat about? Anything?
Mm. Oh, Blue Rose. I guess her. I don't know if there's a delay, but she says tomorrow is Friday. Just for your info.
I know we Crazy B
I
knows
think
that,
there's a
but
lag.
well, Crazy B knows that, but I seem not to. I seem to think that we have tomorrow and then Friday. So I'm kind of discombobulated.
It
But
happens
yeah, we'll get it together maybe. But we're
one day.
everybody. Yeah, everybody's staying home for the weekend, so
You can get
nobody's
some
going.
stuff done around the house.
Yeah, right. Like that's gonna happen. Really?
I
It's a
mean, just maybe.
maybe. That's a good idea, though. I could tell them they have to get the swimming pool open. That was supposed to be open by Memorial Day.
Hmm. And you can get that desk set up,
Yes,
and you can get
the
the
desk.
house cleaned, and
Yes.
maybe they can finish part of that kitchen that you still need done.
Uh huh. Yeah. The desk definitely needs to come in, and he did say he'd bring down yeah,
Old
the
TV.
thing, yeah, the old TV to make that the monitor. So I'll work on
Make
him
your life
to,
easier.
yeah, we might have to make a trade deal if you
It
get my,
happens.
yeah, if you get my meaning. But it might be worth it, right?
It might be.
Hmm. I'll have to analyze the what I need done for what I would have to do. Hmm. All right, we'll consider that crazy B
Oh.
because it would
So
make
do
life
we?
easy.
Yeah, the easier your life will be, the better you will like it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Yes, ma'am. All right, then what do we got up first then?
Well, we can do a video or we can do articles. Which would you prefer?
Well, who are we talking about?
We're still on Maxine Waters.
Well, I thought we had a couple people ahead of her. I thought we haven't even started Maxine.
We did yesterday. We covered a little bit of her bio.
That's right. I forgot about that. Wow.
Oh yeah, you kept following.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Hold on. What did I do? Hold on. I gotta go.
She's that boring.
Hold on. No. How do I get back in? Shit.
Uh oh.
Hold on. Okay, I think I'm back. That's right. I forgot that I fell asleep.
Yeah, it's
Do you
why you don't
consider?
remember talking about her.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
We
So,
just did her bio and her basic history. We have a bunch of links on. Well, actually, it's a bunch of links pointing to the same thing. Her ethics review. There was something on an ethics case
hmm.
with the house, and then we have the videos.
Hmm.
So we could probably cover like an article
Okay.
and then pull up
So,
the videos.
so you don't think I could go to the doctor and say, "Oh, that was a passing out episode. That was a literal. I fell
That
asleep
was you
on."
just needed a nap episode.
I see. I apologize to the audience.
Oh,
That's
we thought it was
crazy.
great, and we know you need it.
Wow.
What time is it?
Shh. JJ's
That's
sleeping and she doesn't have headphones in,
yeah.
and it is that time right there on my clock.
That's
12
messed up.
hours it took for the waxiness to work.
I'm live. You know that. The audience just heard that.
I'm sure they heard the bathroom too.
Go. Anyone want my son for a few days? I'll
Oh,
donate him.
I can't. I got problems of my own.
Oh, I, I I love my child, but jeez, oh Pete, he has no filter.
hmm
Oh
Anyway,
lordy.
go ahead.
So do we want to do the
Yeah,
articles or the
throw up an
video?
article and I'll try to read one. Hey,
All right,
JJ.
let me enlarge this for you. Whoops.
JJ
Oh,
says, "Oh, back. We were missing some comments there. Crazy B. There's
we
something
were.
about there's something before JJ's.
I could slap him with some manners.
Right.
Before
But
JJ was Blue Rose just telling you that tomorrow's Friday.
no, there's something there that was it was Nick's Howdy. Is that a new person?
Oh, yeah, no, that was, from JJ. It says, Outlaw Dog was going to raid, but we didn't have a link ready for them. I hadn't been
I
able to
see.
share it out because the Rumble hadn't picked up, so they had to nix that one, and
Oh,
they'll just try next time. It's because the, studio wasn't connecting to Rumble properly, and it took a little bit longer.
let's see. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Let's hit it.
Alrighty.
Uh,
So
my hand,
this is
my hand is stuck. I can't get it out.
the
Uh,
Waters ethics case debacle detailed.
all right. Can you let me see what it needs to be. Hold on.
I need to enlarge it, I think.
Mm, no, it looks good. Wait, I
Oh,
just
it
got.
does?
Yeah, hold on. Okay, I'm ready. The long saga of the Maxine Waters ethics investigation is a chronicle of mistakes, partisan and intra-party squabbles, allegations of racism, bitter personal rivalries, and failed attempts to bring the investigation to a close months and even years before it ended. Now, this is from September 25th of 2012.
Yep.
The, would you scroll up, please? Up, up, up. The Ethics Committee probe of the California Congresswoman's dealings with a minority-owned bank in which her husband held stock dragged on 38 months and consumed probably millions in legal fees, far more than the roughly $350,000 investment that Waters' husband, Sidney Williams, was in danger of losing if One United Bank collapsed during the 2008 U.S. financial crisis. In the end, Water emerged unscathed. The only person found to have committed any wrongdoing was her top aide.
Oh, sorry.
Up, 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 up. Keep going. On Tuesday, the Health Ethics Committee issued its final report in the case. Waters will not be charged with any violations of the House ethics rules. That decision is a big win for the California Democrat and clears the way for her to seek the ranking member post on the Financial Services Committee next year. Her chief of staff, Michael Moore, was issued a letter of approval from the Ethics Committee. The committee ruled that Moore knew or should have known of Waters' financial ties to One United and should have known or followed his boss's direction not to help the bank even after top One United officials turned to Waters, a political ally, for help. Moore was charged with 3 counts with 3 ethics violations, but since the letter of reproval is the lightest sanction that can be imposed by the Ethics Committee, it has no immediate impact on his position in Waters' office. It's okay, Lucy. There you go.
Aww. I guess Maxine Waters' history is not a fun bedtime story.
No, it's waking him up. Her actions on behalf of One United Bank's private efforts to obtain assistance and avoid collapse created dramatic appearances of conflict with your employee members' personal financial interests. Representative Bob Goodlatte, Republican of Virginia, and John Yarmouth, Democrat of Kansas, the acting chairman and ranking member of the Ethics Committee, wrote in their letter to Moore, "Your actions blurred an already difficult and close line of permissible conduct due to One United's prominent role in responding to a significant crisis affecting an unknown number of banks." Waters declined to comment on the Ethics Committee report or the letter of reproval against Moore.
I don't think there's anything more on that one.
Okay.
Um, we have the actual report from the ethics committee. Um, there's this one, which is from California's congressional website press release. Um, she says that it were statements on false allegations regarding the leak of the personal information of U.S. senators. Um, if I'll go ahead and read this one so you can have him relaxed.
Thank you, ma'am.
On September 29th of 2018, Maxine Waters' statement on false allegations regarding the leak of the personal information of U.S. senators. Lies, lies, and more despicable lies. I am utterly disgusted by the spread of the completely false, absurd, and dangerous lies and conspiracy theories that are being peddled by ultra right wing pundits, outlets, and websites who are promoting a fraudulent claim that a member of my staff was responsible for the release of personal information of members of the United States Senate on Wikipedia. This unfounded allegation is completely false and an absolute lie. The United States Capitol Police and our internal IT specialists have determined that the IP address in question does not belong to my office or anyone on my staff. The members of my staff whose identity, personal information, and safety have been compromised as a result of the fraudulent and false allegations was in no way responsible for the leak of this information. My office has alerted the appropriate authorities and law enforcement entities of these fraudulent claims. We will ensure that the perpetrators will be revealed and that they will be held legally liable for all of their actions that are destructive and dangerous to any and all members of my staff. So
So,
she's been under investigation a couple of times.
well, there's more to that, all of the stories that are separate. And I don't understand why she's never really been caught. You know what I mean? Like, how is it that
I
she's
don't
got
know
away with
either.
so much? see what else we have.
Hold on. We got this one. Unfortunately, I accidentally got these out of order, but
That's okay.
in August of 2010, an investigative subcommittee of the House Ethics. Oh, this is back to the One United Bank.
Yeah,
Um, this is
this is CREW, the Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics in Washington.
mhm.
They claim that the most corrupt representative is Maxine Waters. Representative Maxine Waters, Democrat, California, is an 11-term member of Congress representing California's 35th Congressional District. She's a senior member of the House Financial Services Committee. Representative Waters' ethics issues stem from a meeting she arranged between officials at the Department of Treasury and One United Bank, a bank with which she has financial ties. In August of 2010, an investigative subcommittee of the House of Ethics issued a statement of alleged violations, charging Representative Waters with 3 counts of violating House rules and ethics regulations in connection with her actions regarding One United. Later that year, however, the committee indefinitely postponed a scheduled ethics trial, citing the discovery of new evidence. In addition, new reports raised other questions about the conduct of the investigations that is still ongoing. Uh, in addition, hold on, I lost my spot there.
It's okay. I got it. It's highlighted.
Got it, thank you. Representative Waters was included in CREW's 2005 and 2006 Congressional Corruption Reports for Unrelated Matter and in CREW's 2009 Congressional Corruption Report for her actions regarding One United. Intervention between One United and Treasury officials. Okay, it's okay. Go ahead, take over, Crazy B.
Okay. Representative Waters has close financial ties to One United Bank, one of the largest black owned banks in the country. In March of 2004, she and her husband, Sidney Williams, each separately bought One United stock worth between $250,001 and $500,000. Additionally, Mr. Williams maintained separate holdings at One United Bank worth $250,000 to $500,000 in September of 2004. Representative Waters sold her stock in One United, and her husband sold a portion of his. Um, this is some sources valued between the 250 and 500,000 that same year. Mr. Williams joined the bank's board, a position he retained until April 21st, 2008. In addition, Mr. Williams owned 3,500 shares of One United preferred stock and 476 shares of the bank's common stock, the value of which was approximately $350,000 in June of 2008. If One United failed, the stock would have been worthless. No wonder why they sold it. Um, on or about September 8th, 2008, Representative Waters and then Secretary of the Treasury Henry Paulson to asked then Secretary to hold a meeting with the minority owners owned bank to disclose losses they suffered after the government placed Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac on conservatorship. The subsequent September 9th meeting included several senior Treasury officials, but representatives of just a single bank, One United. One attendee, One United Senior Counsel Robert Cooper, was then also the incoming chair of the National Bankers Association, not to be considered with the National Basketball Association, NBA. A trade association representing minority owned banks. Maxine Waters' chief of staff and grandson, Michael Moore, also attended. So her chief of staff is her grandson.
Hmm.
There's a conflict of interest right there.
Correct.
Not okay. Um, Kevin Cohey, chief executive officer, um, of One United, and Mr. Cooper used the meeting as an opportunity to request bailout funds. In a subsequent email, Mr. Cooper specifically requested more than 40 million from the Treasury to compensate the bank losses. That is a lot of money. At the time, the department lacked the legislative authority to bail out the bank. Former Bush White House officials said they were surprised when One United officials asked for the bailout funds because they understood the meeting had been arranged to discuss losses minority owned banks endured when the federal government took over Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. In December of 2008, Representative Waters intervened again, asking the Treasury to host another meeting to ensure minority-owned banks received part of that 700 billion allocated under the Troubled Asset Relief Program. Um, that was Obama's era, wasn't it? Or just before Obama. Um, the second meeting focused on minority-owned banks in general, though one a though a One United official was present. On December 19th, 2008, One United secured 12.1 million in bailout funds. Damn. Um she is corrupt. And then the fact that her chief of staff, her grandson, um basically got thrown under the bus to save her ass. Damn, that's messed up.
What happened?
Um
What happened to her grandson?
he got that letter. Remember the letter they were talking about?
Okay.
Hold on a second. I gotta clean my glasses. I can't see. And um, to continue reading, give me 1 minute. I, ay, ay, ay. Okay. So, um, Maxine Waters did not disclose her financial ties to One United to the Treasury officials when she requested the meeting between the regulators and the bank officials. A former Bush administration official who helped set up the initial meeting stated, "Learning of the connection was upsetting to me. There is something that was potentially politically explosive and embarrassing to the administration. They should have at least let us know." Treasury officials claimed that although One United had also requested a meeting with regulators regarding Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac losses, it was also it was not until the Congresswoman intervened that the Treasury Department approved of the initial meeting. I don't mean to keep causing him to fuss. I'm so sorry. Further, sometime in early September 2008, around the same time Representative Waters asked the oh she asked the Treasury Department to hold the initial meeting. Representative Waters spoke to Representative Barney Frank, a Democrat out of Massachusetts, about One United and the fact that Mr. Williams previously had served on the board. Representative Frank advised her to stay out of the matters related to One United because of her husband's ties to the bank. Nevertheless, despite Representative Frank's advice,
He's
Mr. Moore,
eyeballing me.
I'm sorry,
He's eyeballing me.
aw,
Like,
Mr.
like,
Moore continued to
hold on
act.
a minute.
Oh,
He's eyeballing me
okay.
like, hey, bitch, kind of thing. Like, already he's eyeballing me. Like, hey, bitch, get me a bottle, or you can't
Or a
believe the way
pacifier.
I've already done all that, and he's looking at me like I'm like, I feel like you think this is crazy, but I think he's a reincarnation of a relative
It wouldn't be surprising.
that has come back.
It would not be surprising.
Hmm.
Very interesting, though.
It is. I
Um,
apologize.
oh
Right
no, it's
now
okay.
it's Friday and I don't care.
Today's Thursday.
I know. I know.
JJ
Oh.
says, "Ah, sweet little JJ."
Yeah, he's gonna be screaming shortly, and I'm gonna let him scream for a second so you can hear with what I put up with all day.
Mhm.
And we're gonna be getting ready to go off shortly.
Oh yeah, I hear him.
Yeah, but that's not the scream quite yet. What do you got to say,
It's
huh?
all right.
On
He's just got
co-host?
an opinion to add.
Yeah. What do
Stop
you?
apologizing, Dee. You're
Yeah,
all good,
I
according
hear
to
you.
Blue.
What do you have to say, co-host number 3? Huh? You want to talk to everybody and say happy Thursday? Here, sit up. Sit your butt up. Come on. Up, 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 up. Say hi. Say good afternoon, everybody. You're not going to talk now. Now you're going to be
Nope.
quiet.
Now that you put him in the spotlight, he doesn't have
Yeah,
anything to say.
exactly. You have nothing to say to the audience? Uh-oh. What do you have to say? Did you tell them you was a good boy today?
Oh.
You good boy? Huh? We're thinking that he looks Mexican. That we're asking Leslie what she was doing. EJ, EJ's dark, but my man looks my man looks dark, dark, dark. So I don't know where that came from, but so we might have to have Leslie tested, just to see what's going on in the family. You never know.
Aw, JJ says babies cry because they don't know what their emotions are supposed to be.
Right, right. I got that.
And they have no other way to communicate. It's not like you can say, "Hey, feed me, bitch," or "Hey, I pissed my pants," or "Hey, I need something. I'm
Yeah.
cold, warm me up." Babies can't talk, so,
The one good thing about him is he is so warm that, and I'm usually cold. He is so warm that when you pick him up, the first thing you think is he's running a fever, right? But he's not.
uh-huh.
He just runs warm. And oh, just to have that feeling next to you is just so
He's like a
awesome.
little heating pad.
Mm-hmm. It's
Except you better
awesome.
not sit on him or lay on him. That would not go
Right,
well.
right. That wouldn't be good, but you can suck up that heat in other ways. But he's good. I love him.
He's adorable.
I can't. I wouldn't. It's funny because I think everybody knows the story of when they found out that she was pregnant. They seriously considered having an abortion because she was older and they weren't sure that you know what was going to happen, and they have some issues on her side of the family, and she had to go through genetic testing and all of that.
Which was
So,
actually not accurate either.
correct. And ultimately, the first phone call I received was that they weren't going to keep him, that they didn't want to bring him into the world with problems, right? Then the second phone call I got was, Mom, we can't do this. It's had us up for nights, and whatever happens or whatever he turns out to be, then we'll just deal with it. And I
Yep.
said, that's fine. That's your decision to make, not mine. And, you know, to think when you look at him that that was even considered a possibility, you
It's
know,
scary.
it's very scary. I
And
think,
that's one of those things I don't like about the amniocentesis that they do to test for Down syndrome,
yes,
because this is now third person I believe I've met
Yeah.
who was told their child was going to have Down syndrome,
Yeah.
adamantly told they were going to, and the
Right.
child came out fine.
Uh huh.
Their
And
testing is flawed.
right. And so you look at him and you're like, how could somebody get rid of him?
Hmm.
And you think about the whole abortion issue. And when you look at a child, and in fact, one of the states just approved abortion up through 9 months. I don't,
Oh no.
I don't remember which one it is, and I'm not sure if they approved the afterbirth piece. But I'll look it up and try to have it ready for this Thursday, tomorrow. And when when
Today's
you,
Thursday.
I know, when I'm deliberately saying that, when
Okay.
when you everybody should have to watch what it is uh, to what it entails to go through an
Hmm.
abortion. Everybody,
It's traumatic if you do not know. And there's more than one type of abortion, too.
yes.
Art says a friend had a baby at 45ish. It's not ideal, but it is what it is sometimes.
Hmm. And I think every congressperson and every senator should have to watch what it entails as well. If they're
And
making
like,
the, and in the state, if they're making the decisions on the laws of the land, including the judges, then they should have to watch videos of what it entails.
and I'll still always stand by there are certain cases where abortion should be allowed,
Right?
but it's very specific cases. I'm
Uh,
sorry.
right. I would.
There are very specific guidelines for this.
Right.
And it's one of those circumstances like me, if I were to end up pregnant again, there's no way I would be able to carry to term.
Right. Right. It's
Blue just got a Google notification sent to her by email about a show we did 2 days ago.
yeah. Blue did.
Blue, yep. I just popped the
What?
notice up. She put
What?
in
I
a
can't
chat.
see it. Would you read it?
It says, just so you ladies know, Google sent me a notification email about a show you did 2 days ago.
Oh, so that was so. So
Better
that
late than never.
that's something, isn't it? That's
Uh,
unbelievable.
yep.
Well, at least it's getting out there, I guess. Right?
Something like that.
Yeah. Oh, you're a piggy. Good boy. Good piggy. Here, let Nene take you out of your straitjacket. Ah,
Yeah, that is a straight jacket for sure.
come on. All right. You're all done. Come on.
He's like, no, not.
Come on. Hi. What are you doing? Hi. What are you doing? We're live on the show, Mr. Co-host number 3, and you're supposed to be reading about Maxine Waters. Instead, you're fussing. What? Yeah, you're fussing. What? Say Maxine Waters?
He's like, you're darn right I'm fussing. This
Yep.
Maxine Waters person sounds horrible.
Okay, all right. Come on, why don't we sit in the car seat? Let's sit in the car seat. No? Here.
He's like, how
There we
dare
go.
you threaten to put me down?
That's the thing. He's going to be spoiled if I'm going to have to hold him all day. Huh.
Nah, he'll get used to it. Once he learns to walk, he ain't ever going to want to be held again.
This is true. Wonder if I can get him to walk by tomorrow.
Oh, no, that ain't going to happen.
I know.
But I do know a baby that was walking before he was 9 months old. I think he was like 7 months old when he was walking.
Wow.
My sister was walking at 10 months or 11 months before she was even a year old.
Yeah.
Yep, some kids just learn it faster. Other kids, it takes longer.
It still looks nasty as fuck.
Well, at least it's been disinfected. Dry it. My the bleach towel we use on the floor, kind of like as a just a catch-all floor mat type of thing, and it's all nasty. She's like, "It's gross." We bleached it. It's disinfected. Her nephew, Blue Rose says, my nephew walked, never crawled. Some kids are like that. I'm telling
Wow.
you. And it's like, by golly, there was a kid who didn't bother walking. He just started running and has not stopped since. Our oldest started to walk at 7 months too. Yep.
Wow.
Yep. And it's funny because like even I hit my milestones for quite a few things, but still ended up on the autism spectrum. It was really weird. Most of
Uh-huh.
my milestones were pretty close to accurate, right on to what the expectation was, but the way my brain works
Okay, here.
is like, yeah, nope.
Okay.
Oh, he needs a toy. Get him a rattle and let him throw it at you.
He's not interested yet.
By the way, Barney Frank would be a good person to ask about scandals. He's got at least one good one of his own. You guys might like that one too.
Who
Ooh.
is that?
Now he's retired. Barney Frank
Frank.
from the
Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
It's funny that he advised her not to do something corrupt, but well, I mean, takes one to know one, and if all that fun stuff. Um,
Well, why'd you do
Thank you,
that, huh?
sweetheart. My daughter's doing laundry today. I love it. My son got the dishes out of the way so we could have omelets. So, and oh, by the way, if you really need something to eat, you could just steal some of his formula.
This is true. It tastes nasty though.
Babies
Just
drink it.
yeah. Yeah, but I think
Well, they
that's
don't have
because
much
they
option.
don't know better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you pretty much give them whatever, and okay, now you're in the car seat. Let's. You know what? Either you want it or you don't.
Okay, I will look into Barney Frank tonight because I know we have a few little things left to cover on the left, a couple other politicians. We still then we're going to take a break and then we'll come back and do the Republicans
Right.
side of this corruption. So I'll
Yeah.
pull
That's.
what I can
Isn't
find
it?
about him. That might be a
Yeah.
good one.
It's funny how we do these little things that we say. Oh yeah, it's going to take a week, like the economy. Oh, bless
Oh,
you.
oh my goodness, was that a sneeze? I
Yes,
heard
it
that all the
was.
way over here.
Yeah, that was a sneeze. Um, we thought the economy would take, what that was almost a month. This corrupt politicians on the Democrats is almost a month. We haven't even hit the Republicans yet. We haven't hit the judicial system.
Judicial.
Who else haven't we
Holy
touched?
shit. When I was 2 years old, this Frank dude hired a male worker, street worker. Um, wow.
What's that say? I think she should rather have a shot of. Yeah, really?
Yeah, that you would rather have yeah.
Yeah, maybe I could get that for tomorrow night. Tell them that in addition to my 10 cents a day that I'm getting, that's what I want. What do you want?
Oh, that is a good story. I'll pull together what I can. Um, wow. Wow, that one's going to be really interesting.
Come here. Up, up. So big. You're so big. Up.
Wow. I'm definitely keeping that pulled up so we could come back to it later. Wow. D, wait till you see some of this stuff. I don't want to give all of it away.
Okay.
Holy crap. Yeah, Barney Frank, he's a deep dive.
That
That's going to
name
take a day
sounds
or two to go
familiar,
through.
but
In
right now my
85,
brain is
big
like mush.
scandal. Big scandal in 85.
Okay. And yes, I'm smacking the baby.
Oh, I'm going to jump to this article since we already read through most of the banking one. Um, did California Congresswoman Maxine Waters tamper with jury in Derek Chauvin trial? I didn't know about this.
Surprise.
Hi, sweetheart. Hey, what you crying for, buddy?
Come here.
He
What?
he's got a
What?
lot to say today.
Stop. 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 Your dad says stop. What?
I think he's like, I don't give two rats about
Oh,
that one.
what? JJ, what?
Oh,
JJ,
little
what are you
guy.
crying for? Oh, you don't even know why you're crying. JJ, you want to? Oh, you want to be on Nini's boob? That's what you want. Oh, yep. Here you go.
He
Here,
didn't like the way you were holding him.
here, here. All right. Jeez.
He's a fussy little one today. Like, you are not holding me the exact way I want to be
Yeah.
held.
Fussy.
I'm going to have a
He,
fit.
and he's got to be right up on the boob and under the armpit. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And wrapped up tight like a ball. Lord help me. I got a little pervert on me, huh? Huh?
Nah.
Nah, you like the big boobs though, huh? They're comfortable, huh? Yes, they are. Yes, they are. You're a good boy, huh?
Okay. Oh,
All
I
right.
love this. They have the too long didn't read the whole
If,
thing. They have a
right.
summary.
If your time is short, I'll read it. An image shared more than 4,700 times on Facebook claimed that U.S. Rep. Maxine Waters, a California Democrat, could be sentenced for jury tampering. Days before a jury convicted former police officer Derek Chauvin of murdering George Floyd, Waters told protesters in Brooklyn Center, Minnesota, that if he wasn't convicted, they should get more confrontational. Chauvin is expected to file for an appeal, and Waters' comments on the trial might have an impact on the outcome of his request, according to legal experts. However, there is no evidence that Waters tried to unduly influence jurors' deliberations, and she should not be charged or sentenced for those actions. Uh
I
oh.
still think she should have been.
Yeah, I agree.
Um,
We have no bottle. You drank the whole thing. Good boy. All right, let me make more. All right, calm down. Let me get you. All right.
okay, so she was sued too. Um, by a Joe Collins the third.
I don't remember
Um,
that.
you sent it over. What was this about? A defamation. Actual malice is a term of art in defamation law. If you, with actual malice, publish falsehoods about the public figure, you forfeit your constitutional protection of New York Times versus Sullivan, 1964. So okay. Um, we apply these rules to the case about an election campaign in 2020. Challenger Joe E. Collins and incumbent Maxine Waters competed for a seat in Congress. During the campaign, Waters accused Collins of dishonorable discharge from the Navy. Collins shot back that he had not been dishonorably discharged. He showed Waters documents saying so. The document apparently was official. There was nothing suspicious about its appearance. The document, if genuine, would have established without doubt that Waters' charge was false. Waters easily could have checked its authenticity, but did not. Her appellate briefing asserts that today, years later, she still does not know the truth about whether Collins' discharge was dishonorable. Oh wow, so he turned around and sued her for defamation. Um, I'm trying to see the outcome of this case. Do, 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 do,
All right.
do. I'm reading. I'm trying to just read really quick.
What?
I don't want to read the whole thing. The Federal District Court issued this order on August 8th of 2018. Oh, okay. So Waters declared this federal decision played a major role in her view. Um, Hold on. Let's
Oh,
see.
we got a new Baba. Woo!
Um, I want to see how they ruled in this, but I'm having a hard time finding it. It's got to be down at the bottom. Yeah, but
I
where did it
remember reading it, but I
go?
couldn't tell you where it is.
I know.
Can you do a search?
Oh, I'm just gonna
Oh,
scroll down to the bottom.
all right, it's okay. He's here. Oh, what? You need to go back to sleepy. It's too early for you to be up. Yeah. Let me get the blanket. Wrap you up.
Okay. So the fact that they say that uh, the trial court quoted this sentence from page 258 of the Reader's Digest decision, to which we add our emphasis. The failure to conduct a thorough and objective investigation standing alone does not prove actual malice, nor even necessarily raise a triable issue of fact on that controversy. So they used Reader's Digest.
Make the decision or to list the decision.
I don't know. We're about to find out. This is an appropriate case fitting the Reader's Digest decision, for her failure to investigate did not stand alone. Rather, we have additional facts. The plaintiff showed defendant fiscally valid and easily verifiable documentary proof, creating a considerable risk the defendant was uttering a falsehood, and yet the defendant kept uttering without checking. There is nothing like that in the Reader's Digest case. Um, Nor is this a case a debate over whether a word is merely technically incorrect. Con- um, According to another case. Rather, the guiding authorities are three other decisions. Um, and Hart Hanks. I cannot pronounce half these words, was an unsuccessful candidate in a judicial election
Come on.
who sued Journal News, which had supported his rival. But 1 week before the election, the Journal ran a front page story quoting a grand jury witness
Don't
named
move it. Don't
Thomas,
move.
accusing Kana, I don't know how to pronounce that name, of using dirty tricks in a grand jury investigation. A jury found the news story was defamatory and that clear and convincing evidence showed the paper had published with actual malice. The Supreme Court of the United States ruled Journal News had published with actual malice. Okay. Similarly, there is no question that the Journal News was aware of Patsy Stevens was a key witness and they failed to make any effort to interview her, accepting the jury's determination that the journal's news explanation for these omissions was not credible. Let's keep scrolling quickly, and I want to find the ending. And I know I see that there's been some chats popped up. I just have not gotten to them because I'm scrolling. So the federal district court decision on which Waters relied, and on the other hand, what Waters charged was Collins' lack of veracity and dishonorable character. So too could Waters' phone call to Collins' opposing counsel, as well as Collins' statement about upgrading his discharge status count as distinguishing positives for Waters. It is entirely possible that the tier of fact later in the proceedings will view all factors in Waters' favor and fully accept her professional sincerity. Thus, a jury might find against Collins with his 100 billion birth certificate and so forth. $100 billion birth certificate. Or the tier of fact may question why Waters would call a Navy attorney simply to have him read an opinion she already had, and why she would refrain from asking that attorney for his personal knowledge of Collins' discharge status. A further distinction between that case, the jury might find this distinction cuts in Collins' favor. Oh, Lord. Da, 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 da. Man, they just keep repeating the same thing in different ways. Um, oh, what is going on? I gotta switch out my earbuds. I'm so sorry.
Because I was trying to suffocate him.
Um,
What's that?
He was so out of
I did
control
not see
today.
their
This is how
orders.
he is normal.
Yeah, well, until I gave him this bottle of the stuff, he drank the whole thing.
Good job.
And then this is the second bottle.
I'm not going to do it for you, Stan. Come on.
I got my podcast going on.
Right now.
Yep.
You okay?
Nope.
He's a good boy. Look at him.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a normal baby, I think. I think we got super lucky with Jake.
I
I
don't
brought
know.
all this up to the
Oh.
doctor. Everything's normal with him.
Mm-hmm.
Just a normal baby. Rough one.
Rough is
Okay,
putting it
so it was
mildly.
dismissed, but it took a while. That's what I'm coming to as
Yeah.
well. It looks like they
I
just threw the
told you.
case out.
Yeah, he
So,
does.
He sucks. He's not no Jake.
um,
I've been telling everybody, they're like, how's the baby? I'm like, he fucking sucks. He sucks. He's
all
a
right.
sucky
So I
baby.
guess we're going to be switching over to a video
Okay.
Aren't you? You suck
after
too.
this.
All right,
Sorry.
let me get back to my podcast. Take his
Did you
milk.
just?
Mwah. That powdered here, Eric. I just made this bottle. Take that with you. So
No, I don't want to steal your bottles.
I don't want to waste it. I just made it. Try it.
Love you.
Love you. Take the Nook. That's the only Nook he likes for whatever reason.
Keep it down here.
Okay, cool.
Love you.
All right. Is everything else okay?
Yep.
All right, cool. I love you.
Love you too. I left early. I was going to go down the shop at 3 to unload the garbage. I'm going to put it on the trailer. If Dad asked, I came home to help you because you wanted me home.
Mm-hmm.
I love you.
Love you. Crazy Bee, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. So that court case I was reading over basically got dismissed.
How
It
the hell
got
do I
thrown
go
out.
to
They're like, nope,
maps?
y'all are nuts. Oh, she couldn't hear me. Gotta love the studio, right? Okay. I gotta wait for her to get back. It'll take a minute. Okay. When she gets back, we'll jump into the 2 videos that should take up the last of this day and the last of our deeper dives into Maxine Waters. Hi,
Crazy
Dee,
Bee,
you're
can you
back.
hear me?
Yeah, I could hear you the entire time. You couldn't hear me.
Okay, well, the baby's gone. Did you hear what
Yeah, we
EJ had to
heard.
say?
Oh, we heard. Yep.
Yeah, well, that's what he's telling his friends.
He's a good dad. He just doesn't
Yeah.
realize it.
Well, as he said, we got lucky with. I asked you to mic my mute, and you didn't.
I did not hear that through the baby crying.
Oh, I asked you 3 times. I think you deliberately did that so that you'd hear the baby mute.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So EJ said that everybody asks him, how's the baby, and he's like, he fucking sucks.
Well, yeah, he sucks on a bottle. He sucks on a
Uh-huh.
pacifier. Yeah.
But, Jacob was so, like, perfect. You know what I mean? We had no problems with him. Very pleasant
Don't ever
baby.
let either grandchild hear this live stream, okay?
No,
Just gonna
yeah,
say.
exactly. We'll have to take it down. So, but, there's such a difference between the two of them that it's really
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah. So all day, in addition to everything, I've been playing that damn deep sleep music, right? And so
Uh-huh.
it normally doesn't work on me, but I'm so damn tired. I keep wanting to close my damn eyes. So I'm going to shut it
Oh,
off
yeah.
before I pass out. Eric's going to come home and be like, "Dee, what the hell happened here?" I don't even care.
Oh, I get it.
There's blankets everywhere, clothes are everywhere, wipes are everywhere. It's crazy. How am I going to make it for 3 years?
You'll get through this with the help of us, keeping you sane and laughing.
At me, at my expense.
Well, you're laughing at yourself. Yes.
This
I
is
laugh at
true,
myself all the time.
right? This is
I mean, you
true.
hear me all the time. I laugh at myself,
Mm-hmm.
especially when my hands and my brain don't want to communicate and I have typos from hell.
Yeah, well, I have the same type of issues.
Oh, yeah. And that's why it's fun.
Those I'm changing the subject. So those weighted
Okay.
blankets, I wonder if they would be beneficial.
I don't know about on a baby, but
Maybe,
on an
but on
adult,
an adult,
yes.
yeah.
I use weighted blanket. Well, mine got lost during the move, but I prefer weighted blankets. I'm actually looking into buying another one,
Mm-hmm.
especially if Buddy and my daughter get the job with their dad. I'll be
Yeah.
able to get a weighted blanket in no time.
But what if you can't get out from underneath it because it's too heavy?
It's not that heavy. No, it's a dispersed weight. It's like if you pick it up all at once, the entire blanket, yeah, it's heavy. But because it's a dispersed weight, you can pick up the sides no problem and slide up underneath it and stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah. Most adults, between a 15 to 20 pound weight.
Right.
and it's dispersed over your entire body. It's not like it's all in one spot. It's not like a weight for lifting for working out.
And
So,
it combination while I sleep, I'm gonna work out. What
no, because it's dispersed. It's easier to move around. Like I had a 20-pound weighted blanket, and I can turn around under it and stuff, no problem. Flip sides, never had
mhm.
that problem.
And what's supposed to be the benefit of them?
For me, it's I fall asleep a hell of a lot faster. It's like being hugged by your entire blanket. And it also helps if you have like restless leg because it helps weigh your legs down so they don't kick as much.
Mm-hmm.
And JJ says D should listen to Tony Marino's jazz music from Lady Hamilton's House Musician. Very relaxing. When I ain't
Okay.
listening to podcasts, I am listening to Tony's music.
Thank you, JJ. I'll check them out. That's like hey, that's like the other night when Sterling did that raid, and we went in, and it was all like headbanger
All that
music.
music.
And I
Yeah.
was tired, and I thought, I'm going to go listen and then I'll be able to go to bed. Oh no, I was wide awake, by the time because it was rude to just stay for one thing. So I'm like, I'll stay for like 3 or 4 songs, and I'm like, that is not my cup of tea to begin with. And I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
God, what did I get myself into? And then I told Crazy B my sad story of what I did. They probably thought I was an idiot. Uh,
Oh, you can join the club with that one.
I asked them to play a song that I like, and it just does not fit in their genre. And then they said,
Oh,
"Oh, but
that's
we
it's all
play
right.
anything," and I'm like, "Oh, yeah, but I don't know."
Mhm.
It was very
But I listen to all kinds of music. That's the funny thing,
yeah.
is I will listen to just about anything as long as it's not this modern bullshit music that what they call music, but it's actually not.
Well,
Um,
what's modern? What do you mean modern? What do you mean?
like okay, have you listened to modern rap music or modern pop music
Yeah,
in America?
this is
The
true.
American stuff is garbage.
Yes, it is. I could agree with that. They're lazy,
Okay,
extremely
go
lazy.
back to the 40s, 50s, 60s,
Right.
70s, 80s.
Yes.
Even
I
into the 90s, there was still talent at least.
right. Yep, I'll agree with that.
Yes. And that is where I stand when it comes to music.
Uh,
I listen to all genres. I mean, literally, you can hear Mozart followed by Ice Cube from the 90s,
mhm.
followed by Megadeth, followed by Metallica. I mean, that's my music. And throw in some Kenny G for the hell of it. I,
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, my music literally is all over the place. And it's again, just the different styles of music I played while in school. So I have a thing for music. I'm weird. But I will tell you it's sad that Pink Floyd when they credit their songs, it's only like 4 people on the credits to who made the song. But
Okay.
when you have a modern artist, there's like 40 people listed.
Yes, that's ridiculous. Why? Because you
And the
contribute.
modern music sucks.
Right. You contributed what? The letter A.
Oh, no, they just contributed by sitting there and saying, "This sucks." Oh, no, I'm sorry. They're cheering them on, even though they should have said, "This sucks."
Right.
I apologize.
Yeah, it is a tad ridiculous. I
Yeah.
mm, I like a lot of different things, but I definitely R&B. Just
I like the 90s R&B.
mm, I go 70s, 80s, not so much. But
Yeah, but
And
I grew up in the
yeah,
90s, so I'm talking like Seal,
I
Boys
like
to
him.
Men,
Right.
what was that other group? There was another group that I really liked, and I cannot remember their frickin' names now. It wasn't Boys to Men, it was another one, from that era.
You mean the yeah, I know who you mean. That's
Yeah.
Backstreet Boys. The other group.
No, no, not those. Those were pop music. I'm talking, R&B, hip
Okay.
hop, back in the 90s. It was oh, shit, if I can't remember. Give me a second, let me Google it.
Hey Jeannie, how you doing?
Um, Blackstreet. That's who it was. And Jagged Edge was another good group too. I forgot about them.
Black Street?
You've never heard of them?
That sounds like Blackstreet's back again. I mean,
No, that's
really?
Backstreet
I
Boys.
know
This
it is, but I'm just saying it sounds like a follow up. Black Street?
no, they actually came out before Backstreet Boys. They
Okay.
actually came out before them. So, yeah, they had some really good music.
I'll have to look
And
that
I'm
up.
actually looking at this now. I did not care for Destiny's Child that much.
No.
Um,
You're gonna have to send me the Black Street thing. I might have
it's
heard of
like a
it.
combination of R&B and rap.
Okay.
I'll send you their most famous song.
Okay. Hmm. See, this is the stuff that will go on to Insomniac Theater. We'll be discussing music. But so far, the negotiated terms on that channel has been for every one headbanging rock song, I get to play 2 of whatever I want.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was good terms.
All right. I think this is the one. Yeah, this is it. I'm going to share this to you in Discord since I
Okay.
cannot do this during the stream. But
Okay.
this was one of my favorite songs um back
Can
in
you
the day.
can you drop it in the in the in
Chat
the
links in
yes.
the chats? Yeah,
Yes.
I'll drop
Okay.
it in the chats.
Cool.
Yes, JJ knows the song right
Okay.
there. Lyrics
Rump shaker?
with Eve before she was Eve. Was it
Oh,
Eve?
I like
Yeah.
Eve. Oh, I love Eve.
Okay.
She's good.
This was back before she became Eve. This was back when she was Queen Bee.
Hmm.
So listen to the song.
Mm.
It's like a mix of rap and R&B combined. Oh my god, it was one of my
And
favorites.
JJ's telling
And
me not to watch it, that I might not make it. What does that mean? I'm a big girl. I think I could handle it. You would be
okay,
surprised what Miss D
you
has
can
done.
go watch it and we'll sit here and wait for you to start laughing or recognizing the song.
You know what?
I sent out well, the thing is I sent her No Diggity. Okay, I'm going to be clear. I sent her
Oh,
No
I know
Diggity,
that
but
song.
there is a song yeah, that's Blackstreet.
Is it really?
Yes, with
Oh, I
Eve
did.
before she was Eve.
It's see. My problem is I know when the song comes on. I know
Yeah,
the
that's
song, but I
R&B that
don't.
I grew up on.
Yeah, I don't necessarily. I'm not good with. Uh, there's
Some of the
probably
names and
only.
stuff. And Rump Shaker is a good song, by the way. It is one of their good songs. Yeah, but we're gonna leave that at that.
Okay.
You can go watch it, but that'll lead you to on the starting path of songs you may not have heard from them that were absolutely amazing.
Okay.
Yep.
Maybe I'll listen to
And
some
I
tonight and report on it tomorrow since it's Friday.
and you would know the song um oh god Sound of Silence. You remember the song
Yes,
Sound
I
of
do.
Silence?
Yes, ma'am.
You would like Disturbed's version of it.
Okay.
Disturbed is a heavy metal band, but I bet you would like their style. I bet you would like it.
Hmm.
I will send you a oh, I can send you a link to that too.
Okay.
It's another good song.
I follow what she's saying. Wait, put
Oh,
that back
Rump
up.
Shaker is too many scantily clad rumps shaken.
I see.
Yep, Jeannie's got it.
Yeah.
Yep, yep, that's the one. Yes, sir.
Sometimes you don't. Sometimes I don't know. Taste has a lot to do with it, I guess, but that all depends on everybody's version of tasteful, right?
Well, there was back also from I think it was the late 70s was the song Blue on Black by Kenny Lee Shepherd, I believe who was the original singer.
Yeah.
And Five Finger Death Punch, who is another heavy metal group, did a remake to it that is absolutely gives goosebumps. So,
I have no
depend
idea what you're even freaking talking about.
music still.
But I'm just saying, it's just good. Could you see
It
us?
was a popular song back in the day, and I mean, heck, I thought maybe you'd heard of it because it's,
No, I
still
was
in our
probably
generation.
working.
Oh, it was on the radio, but I
Okay.
still like, quite a bit of their songs.
Mm-hmm. Probably not on
Yep,
the
both
radio stations
versions.
I listen to.
I don't know what they would have been back in the day. And
Uh-huh.
I mean, hell, Johnny Cash was that
Yeah.
the song Johnny Cash did Hurt. That was originally written by oh fudge, it was a heavy metal band. I want to say um hold on. Hold on. I I knew the band off the top of my head and then it just ran away. Um Kenny Wayne Shepherd. Thank you. Oh my god, JJ, you're awesome. Nine Inch Nails originally did the song Hurt that Johnny Cash was famous for.
Mm.
And I have I knew I knew the group. It's Nine Inch Nails. I have like 5 of their albums. Um yeah, but Johnny Cash made it famous when he covered the song in 2002.
You know, I still have albums, 8 tracks, cassette tape.
I'm so sorry my washing machine came through. I have a really good microphone, so I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off, Dee, but go
That's
ahead.
okay. That's okay. So I have albums, 8
Mhm.
tracks, cassette
Yep.
tapes,
Yep.
CDs,
Mhm.
no MP3s. What else?
I have a ton of those. That's
Mm,
basically all they come in music
yeah,
format. Well, now they have MP4, but yeah.
yeah, I have all of that. Plus, we still have the equipment for all of it, so it can all be played, I guess.
Yeah.
I want to know if the 8 tracks still work. That would be the curiosity thing. Hmm.
I bet that where his dad recorded the music from the radio, and he found the old cassette tape,
Yes.
and he was trying to get it to work in the car, but the old Walkman, the batteries died. He's like,
Hmm.
"Well, it's spinning." I go, "Yeah, but put the tape in. Now put and see it's not spinning. That's how you know the batteries are bad."
Right,
I
right.
mean, this is stuff that they've never seen before, and I'm like, "Well," he's like, "It's not playing." I'm like, hold up, wait a second." And I go put he shows me that it's the little things are spinning on the inside, the little prongs,
Hmm.
and I'm like, that don't mean shit. Put the tape in and hit play, and it's not spinning. So, yeah, we are. Oh, Jeannie thought it was her washing machine. Yeah, my daughter's doing laundry today. Oh, but yeah, we have some really I have really good taste in music, and I mean all around. I really desperately wanted to join the Trans-Siberian Orchestra when I was in high school, and that was my goal. but shit doesn't go as planned. Um, but no, that was something that was on my to-do list
So,
was
but way back then, Siberia had a trans thing
no.
going on? Really?
I know you've heard their music. I know you've heard their music.
I'm just saying, but they were trans back then?
No, no, it's
Okay.
the Trans-Siberian. So
Oh,
across
I'm just
Siberia,
I'm
not
just
modern
checking.
trans.
I'm just checking. Oh, hell's bells.
Oh, Jeannie had just put a load in, and that's why I was like, "What's the mess? What the mess? The fastest hour ever." I did not know my microphone actually picks up that noise from the kitchen. I'm in my bedroom on one side of the house, and that washing machine is in the kitchen about, I'd say, 15 feet, 20 feet across the house. I did not know my microphone is that good. I am, wow.
Your microphone picks up way more than you know.
Well, that's why I tell my family to shut the hell up routinely. What do? They come in, and my son talks about the laxatives taking 12 hours to work. Yeah. Uh, Crazy B is along the same lines of music as me. All around music, as long as it's good, has a good beat. Amen. And that's why I can't stand this modern hip hop stuff because it's just repeating the same freaking lines over and over again. There's no actual good story to the song. Music is storytelling in a way. Like, dude, like, I just can't stand this new stuff. I can't.
Well, you know what happened to me. What?
Oh yeah, I hope but no one farts in the room. That would be embarrassing.
Yes, it would.
Very.
Well,
Oh god.
you and my other friends know what happened to me. So, as
Oh,
far as
you keep
music
falling
went,
asleep. It's all right.
no, what happened to my music taste?
Oh yeah. Well, and again, sometimes you find something that you like from somewhere else or anywhere else,
Huh?
and you just roll with it. I mean, that's exactly how I am. I mean, I found out from someone about Ramstein and I'd say right before, probably 2008, 2009, I learned about Ramstein out of Germany. And holy shit, I love their music. And I know that's going to get me in a lot of trouble. But if you actually understand the context of the music, you wouldn't be so appalled by it.
Right.
Anyways,
Yep. Very
when they
interesting.
sing it too, you need to feel the emotions. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We can blame it on the baby.
Yeah, there you go.
My broadcast mic can hear a mouse fart in a hurricane, according to Art. It can be a problem at times. Jeannie sends kisses. Um,
Thank you.
yeah.
I need them.
Uh,
And the
yeah.
baby's
And you
gone,
know
by
what's
the
funny
way.
is, oh yeah, he got to go home.
Thank God.
You
I
need a
wish
break.
I wish it was Friday because I need Saturday. And if they think I'm watching them over the weekend, they're crazy.
You need a break.
Oh, you're not kidding. It's going.
Baby JJ will be the star. Time will tell. Um, Dark Side Radio plays a lot of German music. Okay. And Rumblebots telling everyone to like, comment, and share. Uh, I got a massive knot in my hair. I'm going to have my daughter cut my hair.
Uh-oh.
I am not going through
That's
this
not good.
anymore.
Can't you work it out?
I don't know. I think it was a bunch of loose hair that fell out and got tangled up in it.
Ooh,
Uh,
that's not good.
well, it's because my hair's falling out by the handfuls. But, the rheumatologist says, oh, well, if I can't handle your pain management, I'm not taking you. Motherfucker.
What does that have to do with your hair?
No, rheumatology, because I'm losing my hair. It might be autoimmune related.
Right.
And so they decide to be assholes.
So are you going to him or what? No. You're not going to him, correct?
What?
Crazy B, you're
You
not
cut
going.
out.
Oh, you're not going to the rheumatologist to be your pain management doctor, correct?
Yeah, no, I went there to find out if I had an autoimmune disorder.
Uh-huh.
And because I wouldn't, he
And,
refused to see me. And then put it in the notes that I refused to see him.
but of course, that's the way they do
Yep,
things. Yep.
he can't be at fault. No, it's not my thyroid. My thyroid's actually doing good. But I have a lot of skin problem. My nails are starting to get ridges and dips and stuff in them. My skin is a disaster. It's like a uh, um, psoriasis type flare up, and it's on my scalp too. So I'm thinking it might be something because they've been watching me for lupus since I was like 13, and MommaMak's lion's mane. I know I've been meaning to get that from her, and I get mullein from her for my allergies. But yeah, I got to figure out because the doctors obviously aren't going to do their part. Um, yes, they are a-holes, 100%. And this is something they've been watching me for since I was 13. They actually thought it was lupus when I was 13, but the blood work came back borderline, so they couldn't diagnose. And at 13, I didn't have enough symptoms to actually diagnose off of symptoms. But now doctors won't think outside the box, so they can only go by what the book says. And if the book says it has to be this in the blood work, I don't get a diagnosis. So it fucking sucks. And I trust me, my hair is everywhere in the house. So, and my ex-husband and my kids hate it. They end up sweeping up so much of my hair. But oh, my asthma's killing me. D, you still with us?
Yeah, I'm just sitting here.
All right. Do you want me to hit this video for the
Yeah,
last
go
10 minutes
ahead.
or so?
Yeah, go
All right,
ahead.
let's get through this video. It's a compilation of Maxine Waters being a moron.
Okay, so
I
this,
think
hold
everyone will
on,
enjoy it.
hold on. This is your second attempt to do compilations, correct?
Yep, I have 2 of them for today.
Okay, so this is the first one?
This one is 18 minutes and change, and the other one is, I think, like 3 or 4 minutes.
18 minutes.
Of all those videos you sent me.
So you got all those videos I sent you down to 18 minutes. That's
And I
going to
put
put
them all
us
together
past,
in one.
yeah, that'll pass, put us past our time
Thank you,
limit.
Jeannie.
Um,
Not necessarily.
uh,
Unless you wanted to cover this tomorrow and we do the short one today.
yeah, let's do the short one first. And then, because you're going to get graded on it by the chat, how well you did.
You know
So,
they're going to lie.
well, maybe not. We'll see. Let's
You
go.
know they will.
I know.
How long is
Hit.
this one? Oh, it's 4 minutes and 34 seconds.
All right, hit it, and let's see.
Okay.
Oh, it looks good.
By the way, this was me playing with it. Okay, this was me just playing with the system. So wish me luck on this. And yeah, we have 30 minutes, but you know we're gonna stop and have stuff to say.
Exactly.
In Los Angeles, the congresswoman for the area hardest hit, Maxine Waters, congresswoman from South Los Angeles, in Los Angeles today, political strategist, Republican activist Ed Rollins, and urban economist Jeff Foe. Welcome to all of you. I'd like to begin with you, Ms. Waters. Now that the decision has been made to retry Officer Powell,
It's going 1.5 speed.
Well, why don't you make it 1 speed since we can? Oh, you
I
can't.
can't. This is the way I put it together on the platform.
I
So
got.
that's why I
Just have to
tried
listen.
to get it.
Okay, I'll just have to listen very quickly. That's all.
Sorry.
No, I'm just
do you think
saying.
that's going to...
Yeah. But yeah. Anyways, it does start to slow down. He talks fast, but when the other people actually are slower talkers, so
And
you'll
you
be able to hear the
and
responses.
so you were able to add the emojis or anything else that
Yep,
okay. So
I
this
can put stuff in there.
right, so this is a new program that you're just starting to learn, correct? Correct?
Playing with. Yep,
Okay, so
yep,
you're playing with a new program.
yep,
Same same thing as learning something new.
yep.
All right. This is like pulling teeth or Crazy Bee. I'm trying to give you kudos here. All right.
Mm,
So she
have fun with
Crazy
that.
Bee. I'm trying to say the Crazy Bee has undertaken yet another project. Why I'm fucking around with this 9-week-old. Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay.
But it's fun.
Okay.
Okay, let's hit play.
Level off the situation out there. And what's the mood out in your district today?
Well, let me just say that the mood, in my estimation, is not a good one. There's an eerie calm, but I think bubbling beneath the surface is still a lot of rage, and it worries me. I'm very concerned.
I
I'm hopeful that it will send a signal to those who believe there is little or no justice that perhaps we can move forward and do the right thing. But of course, it's going to take a lot more than that. And the real question now is whether or not we can get people to believe that there is justice in America for these young black males, mostly, and for black people in general.
All right, we'll come back to you in just a moment. Is this the right way for George Bush to go for the good of the country and for the good of George Bush in a political sense?
Obviously, from a political perspective, law and order is very important to the base Republican constituency. But the president's trying to look to a much bigger picture. I mean, he's not doing what's just politically, he's trying to do what's right. I would agree that there's not enough resources, but there's not enough resources in the country to do all we need to do. This is going to take a very long time to solve this problem. And I think the critical thing right now is in the two communities, you've got hatred. In the black community, in Mrs. Waters' district, you have despair, and somehow you have to turn it around and create hope. In the white community, the suburbs surrounding her district, you have fear, and somehow you have to eliminate that. And I think the critical thing here is to begin the dialogue and not to quit questioning everybody's motives. We need to work together to try and resolve this.
Let me just
And here, yes, she literally just wants more money for a bunch of programs that we know ended up failing. So, all right, let's hear the rest of this out.
correct what you just said. My people and our people who just go out and hate folks, you have a lot of fear in the black.
It's if only she had the foresight to see what she's led to in modern times with all the hate that's out there. You know, she's part of it. So, yeah, here we go.
Black community, they fear law enforcement. There is no community policing going on. They fear those who discriminate against them. They are more victims than anybody else. So I don't want people to leave with the impression that we've got a lot of people just sitting around hating. I think that from our point of view, it appears that we're hated more than we hate.
Well, no matter whether the unfortunate thing, Maxine, as you know well, we've got to begin dialogue. There's hatred on both sides, and it's one of the most significant problems facing this country.
Well,
and
we
it's
need
not,
a lot more than dialogue. We need some action by government and some leadership by the president. We need a president who's going to be serious about doing something about this unrest.
Well,
and I think he can get support from suburbia. We're all at risk with this kind of madness that's going on. We need a president who's not only going to give leadership, but who's willing to commit some dollars. All of the mayors in this country converged on Washington with a $35 billion plan. Why can't he support a real investment in America's cities?
Well, Maxine, you speak from two sides of the coast. You walk out of a White House meeting that you crashed last week, and you basically say how wonderful the president and the leadership are working together. Now you're out there basically trying to raise
I have
rhetoric.
never called the president.
He made the mistake of saying she complimented Bush. This is under Bush Sr. Back during the Rodney King issues when the cops got off. Maxine is well known for stirring the pot. She's not exactly innocent in all the racial issues. Yep. And this started back in the 90s. So, all right, let's get through the last of her bullshit interview.
Wonderful. He is not wonderful. What I said when I walked out of the meeting is I'm encouraged. I crashed the meeting because I had not been invited, and it was the right thing for me to do.
What needs to be done?
Wait, she was not invited to a meeting, so she
Right.
showed up anyways.
correct.
No. Security, remove her. Now you know why my favorite nickname is Mouthy Maxine. Yes. Oh no, wait till you see the next video tomorrow. 18 minutes of it, going from the 90s forward.
Wow.
Oh, yep. All right, we got another minute of this. Or 2 minutes, I apologize.
Done next, Ms. Waters. What do you think the answer is here?
Well, I think the problem is for the past 12 years, we have seen just a lack of leadership and a lack of attention to the cities. It is not unreasonable to ask the President and the Congress of the United States to invest money in the inner cities. The President made a rather eloquent plea for Russia, and he predicted that they would have riots if they were not fed, if they were not taken care of. I want to see the same kind of leadership for these cities and for America. $35 billion is not a lot of money. We have it by way of
35 billion is most definitely a lot of money, especially back in the 90s.
Well, depends on what you wanted to use it for, I guess. Right? Right?
Yes. And I do have to speed these up sometimes because they are very long.
Yes.
And
we
I got to try to
understand that.
condense them.
We understand that. I was just giving you a hard time.
Oh no, JJ too she sounds like a chipmunk. Her pitch and her voice is really annoying. But
It's
okay.
annoying when it's just regular speed.
Yeah, I know, no matter what. No matter what, it's annoying, but at least this way we can laugh at it.
No, we're going to laugh at her regular speed too. Don't worry.
Oh yeah. All right, here we go. Last minute or so.
the peace dividend. We need to recognize that we can take the savings from the defense budget. We can apply some of that money toward reducing the deficit, but we can take $35 billion of that and invest it in the cities. The president has said he will not do it. He has a phony 6-point program. I'm going to try and work with him. Everybody's going to try and work with him. He's promised to veto if we try and do more than he wants, but we've got to organize this country and push the president and the Congress these inner cities and provide some real opportunities for job training and jobs, ownership, and entrepreneurship.
And they all ran. Oh, it lost the audio. No.
No, at the very.
I'm so sorry. I don't know how that happened. Oh my God.
The most famous piece.
I'm still learning. I am still learning.
You can't make this shit up, you know. And this
No, I can't.
This is why we are called wrecked sisters. There are just times we try so hard and the shit just doesn't work, right?
All I can do is laugh.
Really?
I tried.
Really?
I tried. But if you really want to, you can go back and read all of the subtitles that are half cut off by the bar at the top.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's freaking funny. You better check tomorrow to see if you have any audio.
The audio compression can sometimes go goofy on rendering.
You know.
Yeah, I'm learning.
And that's funny because, like we said, we don't look at each other's stuff. So when it gets put up, you don't know what you're going to get.
It sounded good when I did the final review in the editing program, but I did not watch it outside of the editing program to fix it. Well then, I'm like I said, I'm still learning. Right. I am absolutely still learning.
That's fine. I mean, I enjoyed it. I'm sorry that happened.
Oh, I'm laughing at my ass. Are you kidding?
I know,
I'm laughing at myself.
You know, to the audience, we apologize for the technical difficulties that you experienced at the end of today's live broadcast.
Oh, it's all fun, right?
If you require any help, please look at today's show notes or go to our customer support service, 1-800-WE-DON'T-GIVE-A-SHIT.
Oh, JJ, Yep, I always view the final product to fix if needed. Always watch the completed file, but you're fired.
You can't fire her. It's only me,
Oh God.
Crazy Bee. Nobody gets any input. Right, Crazy Bee? What did I say when we started this podcast?
Oh,
The only
I don't
decision
remember. We said a
makers.
lot of things.
No, the only. That's true. I did say a lot of things, but one of them, the most important, was the only decisions made about this podcast were between me and Crazy Bee.
Yep.
We would take things maybe under advisement, but there's nobody gets to come in and tell us what to do, what to say, how to say it, whatever. It's mine and hers, and nobody
Oh,
gets
but it
to be
is funny
involved
as
in
all
it.
hell.
Right.
It is funny as all hell that I botched that so bad. The
That's so
last
funny.
half of the video has no audio.
Right.
How did
You're
I pull that one
beautiful.
off?
What's up?
Sorry, the 100% dropped to 90%.
I don't know, honey.
Oh,
That's the
oh
baby's
God.
bassinet for down here.
I'm
That's what
getting better at this. I promise. The other one, I believe, does have audio all the way through. I will be checking it tonight to make sure.
Yeah,
But what
now
really
you want
sucks
it
is
to
I
be right.
deleted the original videos because I completed the videos. So um, it's easy for me to pick on stuff, but I've spent several years doing video production. It takes time. You'll get there.
Yeah,
I know. I know.
we have come here. We have a special guest here in the audience. Say, what do you say?
Hello.
Hello.
We got JT
She's got
is
the
in the
older
house.
grandchild.
JT,
Yep.
big brother's in the house. No, you don't want to go by that. What do you want to go by?
Jake T.
Jake T. Okay, Jake T's in the house. And he's shocked that his brother was down here all day. And we're doing the secret handshake. Well, you keep messing it up. Secret handshake. Go. Dun, 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 dun. I love you. Have a good day.
Oh, yeah, I got to get better at this stuff, though. It is fun.
It takes time.
Oh,
When you're doing something
Art
new.
says hello to JT. Welcome aboard.
And he just left. Thank
Yep.
you, Jesus.
Kids can
Thank you,
never sit
Jesus.
still.
Thank you, Jesus. I was worried he was going to stay for a while.
Oh, come on. You love your
No, I
grandbabies.
do, but I couldn't. I can't take it. I thought that was Eric walking in the door. I'm going to have to start locking my door to make sure people I don't want don't come in. Woo.
Oh, no, it don't work that way.
I know. I mean, I have him in the summer too. I
Oh, yeah.
have tutoring to do for him. But I'm sending him home after lunch. So the rest
Sounds
of
about
the,
right.
yeah, the rest of the day I don't care what he does, but yeah, the morning we're doing Misty's school and gotta watch that brat. Oh God help me.
You love them. Brat and
Yeah.
all.
Well, love, yeah, you could love something, but they're gonna kill me. You know what I mean?
Oh, I can love something and just not talk to it either.
Yeah, I can
I
love
have a bunch
something
of
and just
family
look
members who
at
learned
it,
that.
right? Yeah, I don't know how I got sucked into all this.
Because you're a grandma who loves her family. Or
Mm-hmm.
Nini, my bad.
Mm-hmm.
Nini who loves her family very much.
You know, the difference is, my mother was, 46 and 49. That's pretty damn young to be a grandmother.
Our mom had a dart gun. We'd just wake up laying in the sun with a bad case of cotton mouth. Oh, I've joked about that. We have a blow dart gun, and I have joked about getting the hypodermics and loading them with liquid Benadryl.
Oh, that's a good idea. Well, that was one of the first things that they said about sending the baby down here. They're going to be like, "You're going to Benadryl him, aren't you?" And I'm like,
No.
I just looked
That's what
at them.
whiskey and brandy are
I
for.
know. I just said to him, I really don't know what I'm going to do to him yet. So I got to wait till a little, assess the situation for a week or two. Well, and
Yeah.
as of today, he's going to get Benadryl, whiskey, whatever works. Oh, shit. Or at least I'm going to get Benadryl, whiskey, and alcohol, vodka, and whatever else.
Uh-huh.
Although, as a reminder, Crazy Bee did do a piece on questions that need answers on Benadryl. And
Yes.
it is being considered by some doctors to be recommended that it becomes a prescription drug. That's how much
Yep.
being overused by people, and it's a it's a very nice piece that she put together. So that was just what, 2 weeks ago or a week ago?
No, it's just this
Last
past
week?
weekend.
Okay,
We did this on
last
Sunday.
weekend.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we did it on Sunday. Oh no,
yeah,
not last weekend, just a few days ago.
we did
It
it
was
last.
on Sunday.
We did it Sunday. Oh, jeez, man,
Yeah.
I'm way.
That was just a few days ago.
Yeah, well, I'm not there right now, so remember, I'm falling asleep on the show and shit. So
That's all right.
yeah, I'm exhausted, and I apologize again to everybody. I am just truly beside myself.
And you're allowed to be.
Uh huh. Yeah, we're gonna see what kind of life this is gonna be. I think I made a mistake when I was in the coma and said, "Give me 20 more years so that I could see them grow up." Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Uh, I should have just said no. They gave me a choice, stay or go. I should have just went. Oh, fudge.
Oh, Lordy.
Yeah, Lordy is right.
I don't ever say fudge
Why?
because it's much more fun to say the actual bad words that we're supposed to say.
Oh, I'm telling. Well, you know that I try to be professional. It doesn't always work, but you know what I sound like when we're not online, when we're not on the
Oh,
show.
yeah.
Yeah, it's bad. It's hard
Oh,
when
yeah, I am too. I'm worse. I actually am behaving myself right now.
yes, when you grow up in that situation, I don't care. I mean, you can put forth an effort, a concerted effort, but
That
the
takes
real,
effort.
yeah, and the real you really comes out. You know what I mean? The real the real stuff comes out then.
Mhm.
And I can be honest about that stuff.
Oh, I am.
I mean, we both grew up in pretty bad situations, both suffering certain form of PTSD from it, abuse
Mhm.
in one form or another. And, we both have a lot in common uh, when we talk about things and, over the years and find out the commonalities. And that goes with some other friends of ours that also are in the same situation or grew up the same way that we did. And
Mhm.
I don't, and I can't even say that it's relevant to the year, the year that you grew up or the um, decade that you grew up in. I don't know what
Yeah,
the
I grew up in a different decade than you, but still had very similar things. So, and again,
correct.
this isn't an age related issue. It's
Uh
a
huh.
my parents sucked issue.
But what is the commonality though
Bad parenting passed on generation by generation and no one wanting to break the cycle.
Really? Do you think that's what it is?
Oh, that's what I'm absolutely sure it is.
I mean, I have told you the silverware drawer
Yep.
issue that, you know, EJ was like around 5 and we were doing dishes and he rearranged the silverware in the drawer and they have those slots for the different things and he's like, "Look, Mom, I put the forks over here and did this over here." And I actually almost hit him for it because the shit wasn't put in the right place. And this would have been a big to do at my home. And I
Mhm.
stopped myself at that point, and that's when I recognized that, I wasn't hitting him before, but I recognized that this is
It comes from. Yep.
where it comes from. Yeah. And it
And I
kind
had to make the decision not to do the same thing my parents did to me, to my kids.
of, yep.
It is tough. It is
But
very
then,
tough to break that cycle.
right. But then the other interesting part was at 2 weeks, I walked in the house and handed him over to my dad and said, "Well, I guess he's yours for the weekend. I'll see you later." And my dad fell in love with him. And to this
Mhm.
day, my boys know the story. Well, some of the story. Even Eric doesn't know everything that happened, but they wouldn't believe everything that happened because my
Yeah.
dad changed so much. And that had to do with them being young, 17 and 18, and him getting my mother pregnant. And so, is the issue kids raising kids? Was that the issue? If it's,
I don't think so because again, I even
I can't hear you,
teenager long,
crazy,
and I
but yeah.
swore since then I would never do it. And I had my son just before I turned 21. It was about 4 months before I no, let's see. 5 months before I turned 21, I had my son and I never had a problem. And I've been babysitting for weekends and days on end sometimes other people's kids by that point. So I could handle it.
But how old were your parents though when they had you?
Oh, my mom was in her um I'd say she was I think 22 when she had my sister. 23 when she had me. Or no, she would have been 24 when she had me. And my dad would have been 33 with my sister and 34 with me. There was a 10-year gap between my parents.
Hmm.
Some of it is maturity and some of it is innate personality of the parent. Yes.
Yeah.
And I've said it before. I honestly have my mother was never able to cognitively get past the age of 15, maybe 16 at best. I don't think she was able to develop past that point. And it definitely makes sense at how she
Mm-hmm.
handled things. Where my dad was a little bit better, but not as much for an emotional support. He was good at providing and teaching us things, but when you needed comfort or a hug, my dad was not the person to go to.
Mm-hmm.
My mom was the abusive one in my family. My dad was doing his best to stay sane. So it was tough.
Yeah, it's an interesting.
And again, I won't say my dad was perfect. There was a lot that he messed up on, but at least he apologized for that.
Right.
Actually put forth the effort to change. My mom, there was no way in hell she was ever going to change. And those apologies were just to sucker you in to keep coming back for her to mistreat you some more. Yep. I learned my lesson. It only took 38 years, but I figured it out.
Well, that's a lot of
Better
people.
late than never.
Yeah, a lot of people don't get to figure it out. They don't understand.
And some just choose to, fall in the same pattern
Uh-huh.
that their parents did because it's
Yeah.
easier than changing yourself.
Yes, it is.
And I chose to change myself. And this shit is not happening to my children.
You'll
Even though
be
it did, but it
yeah,
took me a while to figure it out. But when it did, all
right.
hell did break loose. When I found out what my mom was saying to my kids, whoo, all hell broke loose. Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta
Let
stand
it
your
out.
ground and don't
Yep.
play that nonsense.
Right, right. Yeah, life can be
But
interesting.
oh yeah, that it can. God. But you know what? That's our job is to do better than our parents did. We're not gonna
Sure.
get it right, but we still gotta just try to be a little bit better than our parents.
Right.
My dad was Norwegian. I had no idea how he felt about my life and accomplishments until after he died. Yep. They're not going to tell you a thing while you're alive.
Mm-hmm.
It's just neutral. My dad never was one for compliments. Um, my mom, depending on how much attention she would get based on your accomplishments, would you possibly get complimented. But all those compliments could be taken back in a heartbeat as soon as you didn't do what she did.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So her compliments were always that present with a scorpion sting.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it had the snake sitting in there and it was a mamba. It was a black mamba. It wasn't no just simple corn snake that bit you. You got a black mamba coming at you from her presence.
Mm.
But my dad just, you know, it was rare that he showed any signs of being proud of us kids. He would say, "I'm proud of you," and that was it. But you didn't see action that backed it up, which was
Mm-hmm.
weird. Words and actions never matched up in my family.
Mm.
But it's a parent's job to ensure their kids did better than them. My wife and I are ahead of that task, and that's my thing too. I don't know if you heard earlier in the episode. Both my kids are going to be working where their dad works, and within 4 years, they could be making 48,000 a year. And they're in the early. My son's going to 21, and my daughter's going to be 20. So by the time they're in their mid 20s, they will be making close to 50,000 a year, which is something a lot of 20-year-olds do not get. And plus, my kids also are going to be knowing how to manage it. We've already been working on financial management and stuff. And hopefully, by the time they're 30, they can have money set aside to buy their own homes.
Right.
That's the goal. That is absolutely the goal, is to put these kids in a very good setup and not have them stressing. And I
I
want them secure with 401ks, disability insurance, retire, all of that stuff. They're getting it all set up while they're young.
Yeah, my thing was I never understood, I could tell you stories that would make your hair curl regarding my father.
Uh-huh.
And luckily there was never any sexual assault or anything, but there was significant violence. And
Yeah.
I never understood why my mother stayed with him.
Love and the hope that one day they'll change and you'll be the reason they change.
Mm.
Mhm.
And I was still 19 when I left.
Yep.
And my mother will tell you that she was so surprised and so upset. I mean, her and I always were best friends, and despite talking to her about things, nothing ever changed. I mean, once I
Mhm.
called the cops, once my brother called the cops, and after discussion, somehow the cops left, which was interesting. And then we were told, well, hey, if you guys want to go to CPS, go ahead and go. So that in of itself was a, scary kind of thing that they were,
Yeah.
was willing to just like let us go.
But again, she probably felt trapped too and
Mm-hmm.
scared.
Yeah. I mean, she did leave him once, and we went to live with my grandmother. Oh, that was rough. And she
Hmm.
took some classes and started to work on key punch back in the time and continued through that. And I guess, money was definitely an issue back then because
Yeah,
he didn't make anything. He was just a window washer, and he made like
she
what?
was the breadwinner then.
Yeah, and he made something
And
like
also back then, and again, this is the mindset of a man back then is he's supposed to be the man of the house. So the fact that he couldn't do better and she
mm-hmm,
was doing his job
mm,
also really hurts.
right. Yeah, there
So
was
I kind of can see why he would be angry, but he took it out on the wrong people instead of bettering himself and doing
this.
better.
Yeah, but this went from the time we were little kids, like I said, till I was 19 years old.
Yeah,
You
it's still he's
know,
just beating himself. He's not beating himself up, he's beating up everybody else
right.
because he can't take accountability for it until later.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's a maturity thing like Art and JJ and all them have been saying.
Yeah, the best was when he had a one of those red wrenches that you use to, undo, I don't know, pipes or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And he got into a fight with me, and I said something to him, and I ran out of the house, and he ran after me with that damn red pipe in his hand. I'll never forget it.
Monkey wrench.
It was so freaking funny.
Yeah. No. I drew the line when my dad came at me and I picked up a lead pipe. I was 16 or 17. It's like you're not putting your hands on me again. I'm an adult and I will defend myself.
Ooh, that would have,
I honestly though, I got sick of being hit for simply asking why to people. And so I just got sick of it. And it's like, look, I'm not a toddler. You're not going to put your hands on me. You can talk to me like an adult, or I'm going to defend myself. And my dad was a lot bigger than me. He's 6'1" and strong as all hell. I'm measly 5'9", 115 pounds at the time. He shouldn't have put me in martial arts if he wanted to keep that up. But my dad did call the cops, and I got taken to go live with my mom for a bit. But he never raised his hand to me again. And it's again, I'm not a kid anymore. There is a
right,
difference.
right.
Wait, your parents didn't come out of the womb with a McMansion, two cars, and a 500K a year? I don't get it. Isn't that the way it's supposed to go? Yes, we understand
Yeah,
that sarcasm all too well.
yep,
And our parents have stress too, but they tried to hide it and just took it out the wrong way
right.
because they didn't know how to handle stress. Their parents didn't teach them. From my understanding, my grandparents were far worse than my parents.
Anyway,
Well,
well, we
asking
talked,
why can be annoying to some people. Yeah, asking why can be, but I wasn't that kid that kept asking why a million times.
yes, you were.
When they say do the
Yes,
dishes, and I'm like, why? And I get hit for it when I legitimately wanted to know why I needed to do the dishes that day because I had other chores to do. I didn't get a
yeah, but
chance to
you
explain
always
why I was asking
see
why.
that was
As
your
soon as the
problem.
word why came out, I'm hit.
That was your problem. You always questioned everything at school,
Well,
everything that you
yeah,
encountered. Yeah,
I'm a
you wanted
critical
to know.
thinker.
Yes, but nobody recognized that,
No.
right?
And this is again where we tell our kids don't follow the leader, but when we're at home, we're told do it or you're going to get beat down.
Right,
Don't tell us not to follow the crowd if we have to just blindly follow you.
right,
And my kids have always been allowed to question me. And if I can't give a good reason why, then I tell them to work it out with each other and figure it out. Because I'm just saying the dishes need to be done. I don't give a shit who does them. Someone go do the damn dishes. Yeah. It's again, I don't like that just because I gave birth, I gave you life, you have to blindly listen to me. That is not going to happen with me. It don't work that way. And I'll tell you what, my mom really didn't like it that I let my kids question me.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, "You should not do that. You're their parent. They have to respect you." Blindly listening is not respect. That's brainwashing. Just going to put that one out there too. Oh, shit. I
Life's
got
just,
Nick looking on me.
yeah. Now I'm just in think mode, so think mode, tired mode, and I think I'm going to bed mode before
I
Eric
don't blame
comes.
you.
That's, I mean, I have one more day to try to get through. You know, it's really, you forget, you truly forget what it's like to have, you know, a 9 week old with that stupid head bobbing around and their arms flailing, and you know, you're holding them and they're smacking their head in your face and crack your teeth, you know, your lip open, and you know, just whining for no reason, and you just want to be like, shut the hell up, but you can't. Anyway,
Uh, I think we should call it a day. But our and
I
JJ
guess
both
we call
posted
it
the
a
same
day,
thing a few
Crazy
seconds
B,
apart. Yep.
because you can't
Uh
hear
oh.
me again, right?
And D can't hear
Come
me.
on,
I
go,
can
come
hear
back
D,
in.
but she can't hear me. Oh, anywho, she'll be back to say her goodbyes. But you're right that I brought you into this world. I'll take you out. That is my dad's attitude in me, but I tamed it down. Yep. And I never use that with my kids though. And I never use because I said so. If I cannot communicate to my kids why something needs to be done and they're not being a smartass about it,
Here we go.
then I need to learn to communicate better if I can't communicate to my kids. That sounds like my dad's that sounds like my last date.
What, you're a smart
But
ass, Crazy B?
no, they were talking about the "I brought you into this world, I'll take you out" stuff that our parents
Oh,
used to
yeah.
say. I
Mm.
never used that with my kids, and I never used because I said so, unless they were being a smartass, repeatedly asking why and acting like they didn't understand why. That's the only time. But no, if I can't communicate to my kids what I need them to do, there's something wrong with me, and I shouldn't resort to hitting them.
Yeah, my
Head bopping
boy, yeah.
around, arms flaying about.
Well, it is. I mean, he just is like, you forget. You know what I mean?
They don't have that muscle coordination.
Correct, you know, and he doesn't want the pacifier. He doesn't want the bottle. And you're like, you know, and you want to take him and shake him and say, well, what the fuck do you want? But you know, you can't because he's only 9 weeks old. I mean, you
Mhm.
truly forget what it's like to have an infant. Uh, you know, his brother is going to be 9 years old, and we say to ourselves, you know, we raised him too, so how the hell did we pull that off? And then we go, well, we were 9 years younger, and that made a difference. So, uh,
Yeah.
you know, it just, I don't know, it's just, it's different this go around. And like EJ said, you know, that, you know, JJ is a fucking pain in the ass compared to his brother, the way he is. You know, Jacob was a piece of cake. This one here's, you know, crying all the time and fussing and, you know,
And
something.
he's also his own little personality
I
stuff.
know.
And he's a cute little baby, and he will
Yeah.
get there. It's just going to take a year or two. And as much as you say Jake didn't do these things, there is a possibility he did, but it's just
And
been
we
so long
just
ago you don't
forget.
remember it.
Yeah.
And
Well,
you've only focused on the good times.
yeah, we'll see. We
Time
shall.
will tell.
And you know, and what sucks is today, you know, when I was a lifeguard, we worked the chairs every 15 minutes, okay? So
Mhm.
you sat in, there were 5 chairs, and, we switched off every 15 minutes. So I got in the habit of, when I did project work or time management, whatever I had, I'd set time goals. Today, all I did was clock watch the clock, tick, tick,
Yep.
tick, 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 tick. I'm like, are you kidding me? It's only 20 to 12. What am I going to do with him for the rest of the afternoon? And the thing is due to limited walking, I guess I could do it if I brought out the wheelchair. Nah, that wouldn't work right too well because it sinks too high. Like, I would waste an hour with Jacob up in the bathtub, you know,
Mhm.
practicing swimming, doing whatever. Now that I can't do that with this one, well, he's still too little yet, but, like, I'm trying, like, what the heck am I going to do to entertain him? I'm like, I can only watch so much Sesame Street, the Hulk, that kind of bull crap. So I think I
Well, you
have
can set them there in front of it and walk off for a little bit and then come back.
like walk off and not come back till 4:30. Is that what you're saying?
No,
I could
no,
put him in
that's
the
not what
car.
I said.
I could
That
put him in
is
the car seat,
not
strap him
what
in
I
there for a while. Oh shit.
no, not what I said. And that's what my ex-husband used to do. I'd be at work for 8 hours, come home and find the kids sitting in a playpen in a high chair, dirty diapers, and he's sleeping. It's like, you how long have they been there?
Oh my god.
Uh, oh my god. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Mm-mm. I absolutely oh, no. No, and no
That's
some
my
more.
problem is I'm too active with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do things, I do projects or whatever, and we cook, stuff like that. So
Mhm.
it's a hard. This is. I'm not lying. This is extremely difficult given the age increase and I think the illness increase. Uh,
Yeah.
it's and the lack of mobility. That's the other one. There's no way that I could hang him off my walker. I guess maybe I could. I could make a harness or something to clip him on there. Because you and I were laughing about once he starts crawling and walking, we could put him on one of those kids' harnesses and keep him under control, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, what's this JJ saying? With all this conversation from music to this, you could have played that longer
Longer
video.
video.
We didn't want to. We didn't want to. That's the problem.
And I like what Art had to say. One of the special forces guys I knew, said, "God made babies so cute so you don't delete them at 2 a.m." He got an unexpected surprise later in life that he wasn't trained for.
Isn't that the truth? If it wouldn't be
Oh,
that
yes
they're
it
so
is.
damn cute and adorable, and he's starting to smile and laugh when you
That
talk
could be
to him.
gas.
Yeah. Well, it's probably, but I'll take it. You know what I mean? Like, I'll take it. Oh, hell.
Oh god.
Thanks a lot for blowing my chances there, Crazy B. You know what I mean? Thinking
Oh,
he was enjoying the conversation, and you're telling me he's got gas. Okay. Oh, shit. Uh, maybe I have gas. Maybe that's my problem. Huh.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Well, you want to call it a day, or you have something else to say?
Oh no, I think I'm pretty much done.
You done? Oh,
Physically, mentally, I'm just done for the day.
all right. Then we'll call it. What time is it? 5:20. Well, this is
Yeah,
one of
we've
our
been here for
shorter.
2 hours and almost 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Well, this is one of our shorter days with stupid shit mixed in it. Just totally
We had
unprepared.
fun, and it'll make for some great shorts if I can get it, YouTube to accept more than a minute.
Right. This is just one of those days, we warned everybody. That's why we're called Wrecked Sisters. Nothing goes.
Uh-huh.
We try to plan things. We don't know. Yeah, we don't know each other's content typically. Usually it's a surprise, as you heard Crazy B. And so when information pops up, what's interesting that I find is as Crazy B and I are discussing something, you guys in the chat add to it. Oh, by the way, did you? I may have missed it, but you did show that piece on the United Healthcare guy, right?
Yes, that was
Okay.
yesterday.
Yes, but I mean, you showed the piece today where he.
No, the update about him stepping down was yesterday.
Huh. Really?
Yep, at the very beginning of the video.
Okay, if you say so. Was I there?
Physically, mentally is a whole nother ballgame.
I don't know. God help me. I don't remember that at all. Really?
And yes, Art, I'm going to check the longer video before I do anything, but what really fucking sucks is I deleted all the original videos that were compiled into it.
Oh, no.
So,
Crazy B, don't go through it. Just let it play as is.
I'm going to check it because I'm pretty sure the audio will work, but I will play with it. And if it doesn't, then it's like, oh, well, tough shit. I got the closed captions for y'all if you need it.
No, just do the closed captions. It is what it is. It's your first.
Oh, no, the closed captions are already in it. I'm not worried
Right.
about that. I already got
What
them.
I'm saying is just let it play as is. Don't fix it if there's anything wrong with it, because it's a legit learning experience. You know what I'm saying?
You like the surprise of, oh, fuck, it didn't work again. Isn't it? That's what this is. You don't want me knowing in advance whether it works or not. You want the surprise embarrassment on the live stream. I see how it is.
No,
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to be supportive over here. If the chat doesn't like that your attempt is it, and that's the first one you did, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
No, this is the second video.
Okay.
The second video. I apologize.
Like it because you're learning something, then I have words for the chat. You understand? So let it play as is. Don't change it.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Fine.
They can read the freaking words, and then if they.
I wasn't going to change it. I just wanted to know in advance what we were in for.
No, let it be a surprise. No, let it be a surprise.
I look forward to double duty chat when you start live streaming and pilled. Yeah, I've still got to figure that one out. I'm going to get it figured out. I know it's an RSS feed, which this studio does not support. So I got to figure that one out.
Does StreamYard support it?
Possibly, but it's hard to run both StreamYard and this at the same time.
Yeah. And by the way, if you've stayed with us this long, I would appreciate it, as well as Crazy B would, if you would like, follow, share, subscribe, comment, or if you want to leave, that's fine too. Because we will continue to get crazier as things go on. Again, we do try to remain professional, but if you've been following us, well, you know how things go. The other thing is we're still working on our bank account for PayPal. And once that's up and set up, we'll have, I think, 4 various ways to do direct donations. We're not taking any money from Rumble or YouTube. Crazy Bee does not like to ask for money. Neither do I. However, I've accepted the challenge of asking for money. With Rumble, we would make $1 per video, plus they take 30%. Therefore, we'd only make 70 cents, and that would be 35 cents a piece. We can't live off of that. That's about as bad as me babysitting for 10 cents a day. So I will ask. I'm not going to ask every day, but maybe once a week, if anybody would consider, if we're getting over 1,000 views or over 1,000 views or whatever in Rumble, I'm going to ask for somebody to please donate $1. That $1 for that video, we could split it and make 50 cents a piece instead of 35 cents a piece. We're down
Yeah.
over 400 and some dollars with everything that we had to buy, and we have to make. We had just a discussion the other day. We have some additional purchases that we're going to make that'll probably kick us up to maybe 430 or so. And I think we're bringing content, at least based on feedback that we've gotten from some people, as well as what we believe that nobody else is doing right now. And that is the bringing, current information to you, plus longer, in depth types of information. And we do not claim that we know it all, because we do not. But we are providing information, and if somebody has information to add to that, we do go out and try to follow up and follow through with it, and put it with a file. Plus, you get the commentary that's extra that I don't think you get on other channels. So in
Yeah.
that respect, I do think we are kind of something, and somehow Crazy Bee and I just work together, and I can't explain what the magic is, but it's there. As I said, we don't pre-plan anything. We talk about what we're going to do. Somehow I ask her to do things in A, B, C, D, or 1, 2, 3 order, and you hear her every day go, "Oh fuck, where's that file at?" And I don't know how that happens, but
It does. It's magic. There's gremlins in my computer.
it just sometimes stuff, I don't understand it, but she is trying. And
Uh-huh.
yeah, and how long, and we had to have the discussions on the way that she keeps files created and the way that I keep files created. And that took quite some time for us to come to an agreement on how the files were going to look.
Yeah.
Just that in of itself, some of the stuff that we both do differently is truly interesting. Um, she does things a certain way, and I do things a certain way. And how do two people that differ so much in their approach come together? And somehow we get through it and we manage to do it. And I think that's part of what makes us work together so well. That we just decide we're going to do this or do that. Now, the only other big piece of communication is I'm still working in 2007, and she is above that, and then I have to hear her bullshit about, what do you mean, what kind of language are you talking, or what did I tell you the other day, go to the file or the drive and I had you all messed up, and It took a while for you to understand what I was talking about. Remember that? It was actually the file within the drive.
Oh, you were in Google Documents and
Mm-hmm.
kept telling me it was in the drive, and I'm like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I
Yeah.
was confused. It took a minute.
And then we create stuff so that we don't bog each other down, right? So we have forums, we have files, and and then I end up sending her shit every day. Oh, it's so funny. Oh gosh. So then we had a talk just this week on, what the best way to keep things coordinated are, and we're going to give it a shot, but that doesn't mean it's going to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'll still be sending you a direct message. Put this in the show notes. Oh, it's funny. But it works. There's something about it. We're not in a studio together. She, as we have listed in our description, I live. Have you identified your state, Crazy Bee, where you live?
I live in the middle of nowhere, Kentucky.
And I live in Pennsylvania.
Yep.
So we, how do you get that coordinated of what's going to happen? And, when, where, why, and how. And somehow, we spend hours on the phone trying to figure stuff out. And if you think that, when you listen to it, oh, those two are idiots, they don't know what they're talking about, they blah, blah. We spend a lot of time on the content that we try to provide. And I mean a lot of time. I spend hours doing research, and it's very difficult, I think, now compared to back in the 90s and probably going into the early 2000s. There were more options to more fields that you could do searches on, and uh, you were able to, yes, your living room has been taken over. Go up there and sorry guys, Eric just walked in and haven't seen the new look of the living room. It's not staying this way. It's moving over to the other place. Chill out. It's okay. Don't have a heart attack. Oh, I'm dying. When he left this morning, he's like, "Don't jump up, don't junk up the new living room." And there's the bassinet, the car seat, a box of diapers, clothes, wipes, 3 blankets. So he's all bent now. Sorry,
Yeah.
that's life. But we spent so on the research part, you used to be able to get better parameters than you do now. Some of this stuff that we know is there is buried. And how do you find information today that is buried that you know exists? That's a big problem we encounter.
Yeah.
Because we both know that stuff is available, but we cannot locate it anymore. So we find that. So if anybody has any ideas on that, you can drop us some info in the Discord, and we would go and be happy to check it out. But some of it's frustrating, to say the least. Like on the Maxine Waters thing, there's literally thousands of pages in relation to her. And in order to find what just we briefly are touching on, I mean, you open something up and you have to read it and yay or nay it. It's just it's ridiculous, and that happens
Mhm.
with every project that we do. So we're trying to do the best that we can. We think we're pretty good at it, and again, we hope you all enjoy it. We appreciate all the support that everybody has given us and everybody that has stopped by. Again, the biggest thing that you could do for us is to give us a like or a follow and share, comment, and set your notifications. And really, that's, I guess, about it. Follow Crazy Bee on questions that need answers, and she does more specific types of projects, things like, did you know there was a glitter shortage? She did something on Pope Francis. She did the Benadryl. I guess what Crazy Bee, you'd say you'd do things more that you couldn't put on YouTube.
Well, no, I can put a lot of those on YouTube. It's just random stuff that doesn't really fit in with what we cover here on Rex Sisters.
Okay. So random stuff. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, you take your randomness and do not look at that video tonight. Got it?
I promise.
Oh, thank you. Because it's, could be a lot of fun tomorrow. I don't know. All right, dear, I'm out of it. I'm headed to bed. I'm done. I'm worn out.
All right. I'm getting there too. I think I might take a nap.
That sounds good.
Oh, hell. Okay. I was forewarned. Um,
What?
I'm brave enough to share this. It's a genetically altered spider. Hold on.
Wait,
I
Eric.
am. I
Wait, Eric
prepared
just said.
myself in advance to be able to see this.
Wait, Eric said he's called Spider-Man.
Actually, that's what this. That's actually what they said in the title.
No, really?
Hold on. Right here. No, this isn't a Spider-Man reboot. Scientists just made the world's first genetically modified spider that spins red glowing silk.
What?
Yeah, I'm I'm okay. I'm gonna take some deep breaths.
Wait, make it a little
This
make it
glow in the dark.
smaller so we could read it. I'll read it.
Wait, that looks fake.
What do you mean smaller? You mean bigger?
No, it's over
up
to the
to?
side again where it cuts off letters.
Okay, is that better?
No. There it is. Okay, back up. Keep going back to the beginning.
I'm at the beginning.
Okay, so no, this isn't a Spider-Man reboot. Scientists just made the world's first genetically modified spider that spins red glowing silk. It glows, it's real, and it's unlike anything seen outside a movie. Scientists in Germany have altered a spider in a way no one thought possible. This is from May 29th, 2025. Scroll it up, and there he is. See, he's got that red face. Obviously, he's gonna spin red. He's gonna spin red. In a quiet lab in Bayreuth, Germany, a team of researchers have achieved what has long eluded geneticists, modifying the genome of a spider to create a living organism capable of producing fluorescent silk. Using CRISPR-Cas9, the powerful gene editing technology that earned a Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 2020, the scientists have engineered a common house spider species, PT, to spin threads that glow red under ultraviolet light. The modified silk shimmering under lab lights is not just a scientific novelty, it signals the first successful application of CRISPR in spiders and may mark the beginning of a new chapter in biomaterial research. According to a study published in Log, in AC, the team managed to insert a gene encoding a red fluorescent protein directly into the genome responsible for silk production, editing the genome one egg at a time. The breakthrough was led by biochemist Thomas Scheibel of the
Oh,
scroll up,
hold on. Let me
please,
scroll it up.
University of Beirut, whose team set out to explore why spiders had remained off limits for CRISPR experiments.
Now we know,
Considering,
motherfuckers.
considering the wide range of possible applications, Scheibel said, it is surprising that there have been no studies to date using CRISPR-Cas9 in spiders. To overcome the biological challenges posed by spiders, notably their sensitivity to external manipulation and their complex reproductive systems, the team targeted the oxides of anesthetized female spiders. By injecting the CRISPR's components directly into these unfertilized eggs, they were able to alter the DNA before combined with male genetic materials. Their first target was syn oculus, a gene involved in eye development. The modified spiderlings that emerged without eyes demonstrated that gene knockouts were feasible in arachnids, a result that confirmed the method's effectiveness before attempting more complex modifications. That's a shame they made spiders with no eyes. From eye genes to spider silks. With proof of concept in hand, the researchers turned their focus to silk, specifically the proteins known as spiderons that forms its structures. They introduced a gene sequence that codes for a red fluorescent protein into the same genomic region, aiming to modify the composition of the silk itself. When the spiderlings matured, some began spinning dragline silk that glowed a vibrant red under UV light. According to the study, this outcome provided the first concrete evidence that CRISPR can be used to functionally alter spider silk proteins. We have demonstrated for the first time worldwide, Scheibel stated, that CRISPR-Cas9 can be used to incorporate a desired sequence into spider silk proteins, thereby enabling the functionalization of these silk fibers, a material unlike any other. The interest in spider silk extends far. Get down off of there. Get down off of there. Yes, I am on the podcast, but they're not going in the baby's bassinet. The interest in spider silk extends far beyond its unusual origins. With a tensile strength comparable to steel and a flexibility that rivals rubber, spider silk has long been considered a model material for industrial and biomedical applications. Unlike synthetic fibers, it is also biodegradable and lightweight. Historically, attempts to farm spiders for their silk have failed due to their solitary and often cannibalistic behavior. Synthetic alterations has seen gradual improvement, but the ability to genetically program spiders to produce modified silk represents an entirely new approach. While the researchers emphasize that the study is largely a demonstration of feasibility, the implications are significant. Being able to tailor the properties of silk at the genetic level could enable scientists to design custom fibers for uses in everything from surgery to aerospace. For now, the glowing threads serve as both a marker of success and a glimpse into what might come next.
Fuck what comes next. I don't like those eight-legged spawns of Satan, and now I really don't like that they produce glowing red spider
Yeah,
webs
but that
if
is
you
a
have a UV
that
light.
is a positive. You're looking at this the wrong way. This way, when you see them and they've crossed the ceiling or they're hanging from some spot or whatever, you'll
It
see
still
the,
has to be a UV light. I don't have UV lights in my house.
well, get a
It's
UV.
still it bugs me because it is an eight-legged
It
spawn
bugs.
of Satan, and if they keep messing with it, it's gonna eat us all one day.
Okay.
Sorry. I
You
don't
real.
trust them. I don't trust the eight-legged spawns of Satan. But I do appreciate I got that from Faye. She sent that to me, and, she did warn me because she knows I don't like spiders, so she did
Mm-hmm.
warn me about it. But, yeah, I'm
Mm-hmm.
that's what Germany is doing. Why
Right.
prepare for Putin's inevitable, issue? Oh, well, why do that?
Good question. I don't know.
Can I what give me a minute.
But I think we should
Sorry.
be done for the day. What do you think?
I am very much done for the day. I am
All right.
trying to find my sanity. It ran away. It'll be back tomorrow. Yeah, I'm sorry. Eight-legged spawns of Satan should not be producing red thread. Um,
I
no,
agree. Well, I'd
nope.
want to see this red thread, so maybe you can find some info on it. Maybe like
I'll
it made
see.
a dress
Or maybe you
that
can find some info instead of making me research more of it.
will send it to me. I'll see if I can. And maybe there's a red dress that like AOC wore or something, right?
Oh God, no,
Yeah,
no,
send it
just
over.
no.
I'll look it up. All right. I'll see what I can
All
find.
right,
All right, chat.
this
It was a good
scares
night.
the
Thank
bejesus out
you.
of me.
I appreciate your support for this past week, and hopefully tomorrow will be better.
Yes, JJ, we did mention that about 40 minutes ago, and now we're finally done.
Right. All right, crazy
All
V.
right.
I will talk to you later.
Uh, I will catch you later. Y'all stay safe, stay sane, stay sober. We'll catch y'all tomorrow, same time. Never mind.